Alright guys, just got back to the house and cleaned up all the rest of the fish that we caught today. We got this pike here, so I'm going to teach you guys how to clean a pike, how I like to do it. I know there's a couple different methods, and a lot of guys use that 5-fish fillet method, and I did for a little bit, but I always found that I would get a little bones here and there, but ever since I started doing this method, I had a lot better success with not having any bones in my fillet. So I'm just going to go ahead and fillet it like I would any other fish, and then come in here behind the gill plate, and then run my knife all the way down. So now I have that one long fillet like this. The rib cage is still in there, so I'm going to go ahead and take this rib cage out just like any other fish. And I like to do it with the skin still on the fillet, or I'm sorry, the fillet still on the skin. And I'll show you why in a second. Just gonna kind of work this down so my knife doesn't bang up against the table. Okay, so now the rib cage is out. Now the thing that's tricky with these pike is that you can almost see it. Maybe if I take this knife, you can kind of hear it. But they have these Y bones that run almost the entire length of the fillet, and they stop right about here. And it's really tricky the way these Y bones run. So basically what we're gonna do is cut a slit on both sides of these, and then just take that little strip of Y bones out. So as you can see, like when I run my knife against it like this, I'm kind of going against the grain, and you can see the Y bones start poking out of the fillet. So I'm just gonna run my knife along the side of, and I take my standard fillet knife for this. I found that it works a little bit better. So I'll take and kind of run my knife along the side of on one side of the Y bones. I'm just gonna move it down, and then you could, I don't know if you could hear it on the camera, but I could hear my knife gliding along those Y bones. And so now what I'm going to have to do is on this side, I'm going to have to actually go under this top loin, if you will, and curve, because those Y bones are sticking into this top loin. So I'm going to go on the bottom side as well and make my second cut on the other side of these bones. And then just kind of, I make like one outline cut, and then I just kind of follow that same cut and then just run it just a little bit deeper. So now these bones are right in the middle, and the last part of the bone is sticking into the loin like that. So now what I'm going to do is like angle my knife down under this fillet like this. Just kind of work my way. And again, you could hear my knife running along those bones. And I like to leave the meat on the skin right now for this reason. I feel like it just helps keep everything intact when you're cleaning out and trimming out all the bones. So now I'll go ahead and back on that initial cut, and then same thing, I'll kind of scoop almost all these bones out of here. So I'll come down here and then just start gliding my knife and scooping out all these Y bones right here. And then once I get kind of right about here, I just fillet it right off the skin. And then this little strip right here is all bones. So now There's a couple more right here. Okay, so this strip right here is all bones inside, and you could see them all. You could hear that when I run my knife on. So we took all the bones out right there. I missed like one right here. Just kind of work right around it. Okay, so now I run my finger in there. That's the only thing about these fish. I mean, as you can see, the meat is super white, and they're actually delicious eating fish, and you get a lot of meat out of them. But a lot of guys don't want to keep them for this exact reason, because they either don't know how to clean them, or it's a lot of work at the fillet table. But once you get the hang of it, it's really not that bad. Okay, so now what I'll do is just kind of flip that loin back over, and you can see that fillet now. It's pretty much, it's all trimmed out with any bones. Flip that loin back over, and I'm just going to go ahead and, just like how I would any other fish, finish it off and go back to my electric fillet knife, and then take the meat right off the skin. And there you have one beautiful, long, white meat, clean pike fillet. Flip it over. There's virtually no bloodline, pretty much exactly the same as the walleye we were cleaning. Beautiful white meat, super flaky, and like I said, you get a ton of meat out of that. So next time you guys keep a fish, next time you guys catch a pike, and if it's a keeper size pike, I'm gonna go ahead, throw it in the box, apply this method to it, and let me know what you guys think.